Solo Leveling episode 7. And by the way, even before I start the review, I just want to say that if you hear any rain noises in the background, it is because it is raining right now, so sorry for that. I don't know if you can hear them or not, but yeah, I just wanted to mention that. And this episode was very surprising because I didn't expect the episode to go the way it did. In the previous episode, I was talking about how I didn't know where this episode was going to go because the last episode ended with not a lot of things for us to speculate for the upcoming episode. I mean, there was the scene of the guy, the brother of the other guy that died in the dungeon, but besides that, there was not really anything that we could grasp that was potentially going to happen in this episode. And because of that, this episode turned out to be very surprising. I mean, I definitely wasn't expecting him to enter an S-rank dungeon, although to be fair, he didn't actually really enter it, but at the same time he did because he did open the gate and enter it, but he didn't enter the castle. So depending on how you see it, you can say that yeah, he definitely entered a dungeon, and then on the other hand, you can say that he didn't enter it because he didn't enter the really hard part of the dungeon, which is the castle. But yeah, I think we can all agree that we definitely weren't expecting him to enter an S-rank dungeon, and for that to happen this early is very surprising. And not only is this dungeon really important because of the difficulty it represents for, you know, for our main character Sung Jinwoo, but also what is inside the dungeon, because aside from leveling up, which of course he did in this episode and he will do once he enters the castle, the thing that he can find inside there is really important to him, perhaps even more important than leveling up, and that is the elixir of life. The ingredients to the elixir can be found inside the dungeon because it is not a simple item that you can just find and get. No, it is an item that you need to craft. So yeah, that item you can find it, or the items you can find them inside the dungeon, S-rank dungeon, and he will definitely be back challenging the dungeon in the near future. I don't know how long it will take, maybe perhaps at the end of the season, or it could be in the upcoming episode. If I were to guess, I would probably say that it is going to be at the end of the anime, the season, because this seems like something that is supposed to be, you know, at the end of, you know, him leveling up, at the end of him having so many adventures. It doesn't seem like it is something that would just happen in the 8-9 episode, but who knows? I mean, it could perfectly be the case that in the next couple of episodes we see him going back there. But I mean, he definitely has to level up a lot in order for him to stand a chance, because he even admits himself that if he goes inside the tower, he will definitely die. Even the gatekeeper, which I would assume is the weakest character of that dungeon, or the S-rank dungeon, is already too much for him. So you can imagine what is inside the tower. By the way, even though it wasn't shown, I'm almost sure of it. The gatekeeper Cerberus, I think that is his name. I suppose he's around rank A, rank S, because obviously he's in a rank S dungeon. So I would assume he's around that level. So for Sung Jinwoo to defeat him says a lot about how strong Sung Jinwoo is, or I should say how strong Sung Jinwoo was and how strong he is now after he defeated the monster, because he definitely leveled up like, what was it, 4 or 5 times, something like that. Yeah, you can see that when he was about to fight the gatekeeper, the name of the gatekeeper was in red because that meant that he was way stronger than he was. We can see throughout the whole fight that it was really brutal. I mean, he almost died a couple of times. He even used the poison that he got from the snake of the first dungeon, the instance dungeon. I didn't actually think he was going to use it because of the effects of the poison, but as we learn in this episode, Sung Jinwoo cannot be really, you know, be poisoned or have negative effects, because I guess you can say that is one of the perks of being a player, of being in this system, which is really cool because he cannot get any negative effects, at least as of right now. Maybe in the future there will be more potent negative effects that will actually affect him, but yeah, we can see that he cannot even get drunk, which I guess that is not a good thing for him, but I mean, that is one of the downsides, I guess you can say, of not being affected by negative things. And like I was saying at the beginning, the previous episode ended with the brother that died inside the dungeon having a cameo, and in this episode we saw that he's seeking revenge, which of course was to be expected. And apparently this guy, the brother, is an owner or the head of a guild. I don't know what guild that is, but yeah, he definitely seems to be really important. How strong is he? Probably rank A, maybe rank S, although I doubt it because it was mentioned that there are only 7 rank S adventures, and I doubt he will be one of those, but who knows. So yeah, we're definitely going to see Sung Jinwoo being targeted by this guy, and also his other friend, who knows how much they will struggle with it. Probably not Sung Jinwoo, but definitely the other rich guy, which he doesn't seem to be a bad guy. We see in this episode that he's actually invited Sung Jinwoo to his guild, even though at the end he did kind of threaten him to reveal who he was. But I mean, he was actually a really nice guy. He was actually trying to bargain with Sung Jinwoo because he wanted to become a guild master. sister, and I mean he didn't accept, and when I mean he, I mean Sung Jinwoo didn't accept the offer from the guy. I wonder if he's going to end up accepting the offer, because he was talking to his sister about the billions of dollars he received. I mean, he was not telling her directly, but he was implying, because he was saying or posed a question to his sister that what would she do with billions of dollars. So yeah, maybe he's actually thinking about it, you know, joining the guild. But then again, this anime is named Solo Leveling, so I don't know if he will do that. In fact, if I were to guess, I would probably say that he's not going to do that, only for the sole reason that again, this anime is named Solo Leveling, so it will be kind of ridiculous for him to do that. But then again, I've seen crazier things happen in anime, so it wouldn't be the least surprising of things if that were to happen, to be honest. But yeah, that was pretty much everything that happened in the episode. A pretty great episode, a lot of action, a lot of bloody scenes, and yeah, overall a pretty enjoyable episode. And if you don't want to miss any episode reviews, please subscribe to the channel. Also, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. And yeah, that will be everything by me, and I guess I'll see you all in the next episode review.